Well, the first thing, Marcel, is just enormous grief at this tragedy. You know, as the local congressman, we want to make all of our office resources available to the families. We don't know yet how many are from the DMV, how many from Wichita, other places, but we do know that we need to be there for them.
And what is your message to those families who are dealing with a very difficult time right now?
I mean, the only thing we can do is just reach out with our own sense of heartbreak and tragedy and comfort, and then promise them that down the road, after the NTSB investigation, that we will do everything we possibly can at the federal level to make sure that the airport is safe.
I want to ask you, because there are still so many unanswered questions here. Still, you know, first responders have a tough day ahead of them. I want to ask you what you would say to other passengers, right? Because this airport is going to reopen in a couple of hours. What do you say to reassure them that this is safe?
Well, if you look back, the last major accident like this was 2009, so 16 years ago. And over that time, I think it's 5 billion Americans have flown on airplanes without a casualty, commercial airplanes. So the odds are much greater that most of the things we do in our day-to-day life are more dangerous than flying on an airplane. But that doesn't mean we're not going to get the every 16-year tragedy because somebody made a mistake someplace. Our job will be to make sure that that same mistake is never made again.
And when we talk about that, I mean, I know it is hard to say, and that investigation is in its very early stages, but how much of a change in aviation do you expect to see because of this? I mean, this is really something that we haven't seen in quite a while.
I don't know whether it'll be a change in aviation. It's more likely to be a change in how we manage the traffic around this airport. We know this is an airport that flew 25 million passengers last year. It was designed for 14 million. But it's also complicated by the fact that this is the nation's capital. We have the president, the Congress, the Pentagon. And so you have all this military air traffic going up and down the river. Finding ways to do that safely it's been safe for a long time, but we've got to make sure that this kind of breakdown doesn't happen again.
And I want to ask you too, I mean, we're overlooking the water here. The first responders, they have been out all night. It is cold, icy waters. Such a huge response from all kinds of jurisdictions. What are your thoughts about them?
Well, first of all, it's really encouraging. I know the fire station here at the airport, which is right on the water, responded in minutes. And then you had everybody from the Coast Guard, D.C., Maryland, lots of Arlington and the airport. It was wonderful to see so many different resources from so many different jurisdictions come together to support this effort. Right now, the FBI has taken over to find the remaining bodies and to get all the information from the crash. It is nice to know that we can work together at a time of crisis.
And I know, you know, speaking to Senator Kaine, Senator Warner as well, I know it is still early. I know that there's a time and place for everything, but there have been concerns about the traffic at this airport. What can we expect to see on a federal level, on Capitol Hill in the future when we do get answers as far as this investigation is concerned?
Well, you know, with Mark Warner, Jim Kaine, and I and others, we fought really hard to limit the traffic coming in and out of the airport. We don't know that that was the cause of this yet, but we do know, big picture, we need to make sure that we're moving as much traffic as we can to the airports that can handle it.
Congressman, thank you so much. We appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thanks, Marcel.
You know, again, just a really somber morning here at Reagan National. It is 8:30. That airport is expected to open back up here to passengers at 11 o'clock. We know at this point 28 bodies have been recovered from the Potomac because of this mid-air collision. 27 passengers from the plane, 1 soldier from that military helicopter, and certainly first responders out there. They have been at it for hours. Difficult conditions. It is cold, it is icy, it is windy, and this has now turned from a rescue mission to a recovery operation, which is certainly not what the family members who have been waiting for answers here want to hear, but that is the unfortunate situation that we are in right now. Very sensitive situation, and you know, our thoughts certainly go out to them as we continue to see this develop. I do also want to mention that an official was asked how confident they are that they would recover all of the bodies, and they said that is their goal. They are confident that everyone will eventually be reunited with their family members. Obviously not the outcome that everyone wanted to see, but they are, you know, confident in this recovery mission. Back to you.
Marcella, I've got to ask, we know we've been saying that the airport reopens at 11, and we know you got to get there a little bit ahead of time to make those flights. I couldn't help but notice the people behind you looking like they're just pulling some luggage. It looks like that airport is slowly coming back to life behind you there. Have you noticed that as well?
Yeah, you know, it's actually just a lot of media, right? We've all got carts, some of the speakers, the podium that was actually brought in. So we're here in Terminal 1. So we have not seen, as far as we're concerned, any passengers actually in the airport. A couple that were stranded before, but as far as new passengers looking to catch their flights, we have not seen that just yet. But we'll certainly keep you updated.
Not opened up to that extent yet.
Yeah, and Marcella, before we let you go, you also spoke to Senator Warner, Virginia Senator Warner, and what he said really struck us because during the press conference we heard from Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy with a very clear message that this could have been preventable, and he said that with confidence. He even went to say, I have full confidence that we have the safest airspace in the world. So he really doubled down on that message. But then when you spoke to Senator Warner, it seemed like there was a differing of thoughts there. Can you elaborate on what Senator Warner shared with you?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, you know, it's important to say when I asked him that, what he thought about those comments, that I think, you know, officials here, many of them really just want this investigation to play out, right? Of course, this is a very sensitive issue. You have family members that are waiting for answers. They have family members that are waiting for their loved ones to be recovered. So I think they want to be respectful of that and let the NTSB do their investigation, do their due diligence before any kind of statements like that are made. And I think once that information is out and available, then we can certainly see, you know, what steps will be taken on a federal level. But I think that is a sense that I got from Senator Warner, that just want to wait until all the facts are in front of him.
All right, Marcella Robertson reporting from Reagan National this morning. Just a heartbreak beyond measure at this point.